ya wanafunzi wote ambao walifanya mtihani wa kitaifa wa kidato cha 4 kuweza kujua yale waliovuna baada ya kuweza kufanya mtihani huo, na masuala mengi sana yameibuka kuhusiana na siku ya leo. Kwa mfano, tunajua kwamba wakati wa shughuli ya kusahihishwa kwa mtihani huu kulikuwa na kisa ambapo katika kituo kimoja tunafahamu kuwa kuna wale ambao wanasahisha waliweza kugoma wakilalamikia masuala ya matakwa yao au kuhusiana na maslahi yao pamoja na yale marupurupu ambao walikuwa wanapewa, na pia tuliweza kuona kwamba wizara iliweza kuingilia kati na kuweza kutatua. Na kwa hii leo waziri wa elimu ameweza kuahidi kuwa kuelekea mbele wataweza kuimarisha mapato yanayopewa wale ambao husahisha mitihani hii ya kitaifa. Na pia kwa mara ya kwanza pia tumeweza kuona kwamba kuwa na visa vya udanganyifu, na ndio maana wale ambao walishughulika katika shughuli hii wanataka sana wizara iweze kuwapiga jeki kuhusiana na mapato, kwa sababu ya utendakazi wao bora ambao wanasema kwamba umechangia kwa mageuzi pamoja na mambo mengi ambao tumeweza kuona. Na kwa sasa hapa tuweza kuzungumza na baadhi ya viongozi tofauti wa vyama vya walimu nchini, tuweze kusikia kauli yao, maana tunajua kwamba kuna mambo mengi ambayo yameibuka. Maana tunajua wale ambao wako katika shule ya upili ya kiwango cha chini ambapo wanahitajika kujiunga na shule hiyo mwisho wa mwezi huu tarehe 30, kuna mambo mengi ambayo wazazi wangependa kuona iwapo yataenda jinsi wizara inasema, na pia kuona iwapo zile pesa ambazo serikali imeweza kutenga ambazo zitaweza kutumika katika muhula wa kwanza na wa pili utaweza kuhakikisha kwamba yote yanayohitajika yataweza kutimizika, haswa kuhusiana na yale yanayohitajika ukizingatia mtaala ambao utakuwa kutumika. Na kwa sasa naomba nijiunge naye na katibu mkuu wa chama cha walimu nchini Collins Oyu ambaye amekuwa hapa. Collins, you've seen and you were here when the results, the KCSE 2022 results were being announced as usual. What do you make of it, and also with regards to what the CS said, and with regards to this year's or 2022 results compared to last year?
Asante sana. Thank you so much. Before I proceed to make comments, allow me to take this opportunity to thank all teachers in this republic for the wonderful work, for the commitment to make sure that we had results released today. Now too, I must also take the opportunity to thank those who sat KCSE exams. They've done us proud, and today results are announced. I have a few comments to make. First, I listened to the chairman of the Education Committee in Parliament, Mheshimiwa Meli. I want to thank him in a special way. Over times, as Kenya National Union of Teachers, we've always thought of imploring upon Kenya National Examination Council for augmenting remuneration and the welfare of our markers in stations, in marking centers. You saw, most unfortunate, at a center in St. Francis, marking of CRE. Teachers down their tools, and I don't think they did this for nothing. It is only unfortunate that they did it at that time of marking, but I think they were right to have expressed their dissatisfaction, because as I said, over years we've always talked about improvement of remuneration and the conditions at the marking centers. What the Member of Parliament, Chair Education Committee, said is that they've talked to NEC, and this time round there must be an improvement in remuneration and the welfare of these teachers at marking centers. This was echoed by the CS, so it means that they have actually sat and addressed it. One thing that we've addressed over years, just as I said.
Now, what do you make of the KCSE 2022 results as announced by the CS today?
I think the results are most welcome, and especially the fact that is being mentioned round and round about, ranking of schools. We would rather forget it just as they've done it, because when schools are ranked, when learners, candidates are ranked openly like this, you know what will happen. One, cheating will be encouraged in schools and even within the candidates themselves and their parents. So the hullabaloo of, cheating in exams, that is gone because you are not being ranked.
Those who've got the results will now be joining the higher institution of learning this year from 8th, and we know also those who will be joining this junior secondary schools are also expected to report on 30th of this month. You as a stakeholder in the education sector, do you think the schools are ready? And with regards to what the CS have said, the amount of money they've set aside for first term and second term for the junior secondary school, is that going to work? You looking at the situation so far, what do you think of it? What do you think of it as a stakeholder?
Now, constraints are ever there, and especially in the sector of education. The pronouncement that education shall be totally free has not been met. Remember 2002? Free primary education. But what is the feeling of the parent back at home? It is not as free as was proposed. And then we had dropouts. The 100% transition was actually brought in to curb dropouts. And I like what the former CS did, what the current CS is promising to do, that we must have 100% transition. Constraints are ever there. Even if the government says it will provide so much as it has been said here, I want to state here that let us just support, but those constraints shall never fail to be there. It is true that we are getting proper reforms in the education sector. And I want to thank the President of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, because we are seeing real change in the education sector. The coming in of the Presidential Working Party was an eye-opener to the Republic of Kenya in line with this sector. We didn't actually know, and we are not so sure of what was actually going to happen with our learners who are transiting to grade 7. Now that the learners will be domiciled in primary schools, there is capitation for the same, and you've heard about the 4,000, the initial grant, and also expectations from the World Bank. This is very, very encouraging, and we want to support. No child in this country should stay out of school, and the government should step to its commitment of bringing education as a very, very affordable item in this country.
Na mlisema kwamba Kiswahili si mdomo wako, lakini ukiangalia waziri ameweza kuzungumzia, ameweza kuwapa mafunzo takriban walimu 1030 ambao wataweza kushughulika na hili swala la mtaala wa CBC. Umeridhika na hiyo hali iko sawa sasa? Do the teachers have now the required capacity to be able to implement the CBC curriculum moving forward so far?
CBC curriculum is our dream. The dream that it succeeds is actually our position. The addition of 30,000 teachers being employed now shall actually help get rid of the shortage. Even before the pronouncement of the 30,000 teachers to be employed, we had a shortage of 100,000 teachers. To be exact, about 120,000 teachers. So the first lot to be employed, the 30,000, I want to say from where I'm standing, it is most welcome. We appreciate. The other lot that will be employed next year, I want to believe the next financial year, shall actually augment what is employed today.
Asante sana. Huyu amekuwa katibu mkuu wa chama cha walimu nchini Nat Collins.